What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, out with the fall, out with the winter, and coming this spring, I just thought I'd give y'all another golden cut crease, a little smoky, a little sultry, a little something. If you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting on? Please hit that subscribe button and notification bell right beside it. Like, comment, and share with your friends. It's about to be lit. So as you see, my little gullible self, I already have one eye completed. I am using my Yardie Cosmetics palette today, but y'all, that eye took a lot of blending, so you know what I have to do on the other side. So let's go ahead and prep it up using the LA Girl Pro Concealer and the Covergirl Concealer. I will leave everything down below in the description box, okay? So don't fret me, pets. Everything is there. Alright, so let's go ahead and prep the eyes first. Put the base down. Putting the CoverGirl on the outer and the inner corner of the eyes. And leaving the LA Girl in the middle because the LA Girl is a little lighter. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Go a little light in the middle and the inner corner. And then a little darker on the outer portion and the innermost part of the eye. So, you get the gist of it. So making sure I buff that out really good. I'm using my Morphe. This is in the Morphe E23 brush. Yes. So the first shade I'm using out of that Yardie Cosmetics palette is Weh Yuh Seh. It's a very nice orangey shade. My camera didn't pick it up as well as I would have loved, but guys, I'm still trying to debate on what kind of camera I want to get. So you guys leave recommendations down below. What kind of camera do you use? I mean, what kind of camera do you recommend? Is it expensive? How much will it cost me? Just give me some good recommendations down there and I'll check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and pack that on using a Morphe 167 brush. I love it. It's the M167 brush. Packing it on first with that Weh Yuh Seh shade. Then I want to go ahead and set my eyebrows. Up top, this is in the shade Cashew in the Fenty Beauty setting powder. Go ahead and do that because the next shade I'm going to be using to buff the edges out is a more lighter shade, and it's called Big Up. Now, in the pan, it looked like it does have a little bit of glitters inside of it, but guys, it does not show at all when you buff that shade in. It's a more of a tan shade, more lighter shade than that orange, so it looks just like my true complexion of my skin tone. So I buffed that out on the edges. Now I'm not going completely into the orange shade. I'm using both brushes in and out, packing the shade on, buffing it out, packing the shade on, buffing it out, because these shades are very pigmented. It's something like that Juvia's Place. Next shade I'm going in with is Deh Yah. Now, I'm using a Morphe M330 brush. I'm going to put that in the most outer part of the eye, buff that into the crease area. I said that I had a little bit of glitters on that brush because I did a previous eye look that used a little glitters on it. So I had to take those glitters off, and like I did the first eye over there, I had to take the glitter off. But anyway, let's go ahead and buff that on the outer portion of the eye, bring that in to the crease area. Going to deepen it out a little bit more, get the eye a little bit more depth. Going back in between brushes, guys. Y'all know the blend. I'm going to be using my Raye palette. Now, this is a bronzer out of her palette. It's her first collab that she made with BH Cosmetics. It's a very cocoa brown shade. It's the most chocolatey brown shade that I love. It looks so good on my skin tone. A little cool. It's not ashy or anything like that, but it is a contour shade out of that palette. And like I said, I'll leave everything down below. But I'm using a Morphe. I think this is I'm looking in my jar, guys. So if you hear it, that's me. My Morphe M421 brush to place that on the outer portion of the eye because I do want to deepen that out and I do want to darken that out because we are doing a cut crease. So I do want to make sure everything is darkened where they need to be dark and blended. Going between brushes, you guys know the gist. Blend, honey, because we want those shadows to pop and last. And I can say they lasted all damn day. Okay, girl. So blend. Going between shades, guys. Do not think that you are going to place those shadows down and just leave them. Because if that's the look you're going for, girl, no, ma'am. We have to blend. Blend those damn things out because they are super duper pigmented. So let's go ahead and start cutting the crease. I am going back in with that same LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Beige. I'm going to start placing that right on the middle part of the lid. And then I'm going to look up so I can know the defining area where I need to cut my crease. Now, this is like a pro hack that a lot of people disregard. But I do that because I am so hooded. And I have to look up, because if I don't look up, I don't know exactly where my hood is going to connect to my actual cut crease, to my crease. So I look up so I can get a guide. And doing that, after I place that on there, I actually tap, so I can actually make the Pro Conceal stick a little better, to where I'm getting used to take the shimmer shade and place it on top. So I'm using the shimmer shade Gweh, GWEH. I'm going to place it right on top of that cut crease, packing it on. Guys, when I tell you this shade is so pretty, oh my God, look how pretty it is. And it doesn't take a lot. I mean, I obviously packed a lot on, but it didn't take a lot to make that shade pop. I didn't have to wet my brush or anything like that. Okay, so I am going to buff out the edges of that. I'm going to be using that Weh Yuh Seh and that Medium Beige shade. First, I'm using the Medium Beige shade to buff it out on the edges, and then I'm going to go in and use that cocoa shade out of that BH Cosmetics to actually deepen out the outer portion of the eye again. So I'm just going back in between, making sure it's blended with that M330 brush. Then I'm going to go ahead and align my eye. Now, this is something new to me. I never thought that it would look as cute on me as I would see other people that doesn't have a hooded eye, but it actually look cute. I mean, what I'm doing is I'm placing the eyeliner up to like a diagonal shape. So yeah, and then I'm going to make sure I place that liner right on my lash band, so I can deepen it out. Then I'm going to go right on top of that with that same cocoa shade out of that BH Cosmetics. It's my Raye palette, before it dries, because I am just using a straight Covergirl eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. So it does dry down matte. It's not sticky or anything. So I just have to actually be very, very I can't waste time by packing that shade on, because it's the look that I'm trying to go for. This is something new. All right. So what I'm going to do is buff that in. I am dipping into that Medium Beige shade, buffing that in, making it look a little chocolatey. And then I'm going in with that Weh Yuh Seh, packing that on a little bit more. And then I'm going to blend that out again like I did before with that Big Up shade. Taking a nice, clean, fluffy brush. Now, this is the kicker. The nice, clean, fluffy brush that I'm using is the M514 from Morphe. I am going to buff those shades together, okay, so they won't look harsh, no harsh lines. Get myself prepared for this glitter, girl. Ooh, it's by Profusion, honey. This is the shade, and let me grab it. This is in the shade Dazzle. Now, I talked about this in my last video that I did, my other makeup tutorial. Dazzle is so pretty. It's like a green goldish kind of silvery reflectors inside of it. It's very, very pretty for a sparkling eye topper. It's so nice, and it's set very well on top of that gold shade. Y'all, look how pretty that is. Look how glowy and stuff, girl. Oh, God. But I did have to go around the edges a little bit more to buff that out, just to make sure everything is buffed in before it did dry, because once it dries, it sticks. That's one thing I can say about that. It's very inexpensive, but them damn things last, girl, okay? And by me being hooded eye, placing a shimmer shadow down first on top, right underneath that eye sparkling shade, y'all, made that shadow last forever. It didn't crack or anything throughout the day. Now, I went on and done the rest of my face, because this is all about the eyes. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Unstoppable Eyeliner Retractor in the shade Cinnabar. I used this before, and it's okay. It's just not as pigmented as I would like it. So I went in like double time on that lash line, girl. That bottom lash line is wanting to pop. So now what I'm doing is packing the Weh Yuh Seh shade on with the M167. Now be careful if you are using this particular brush, because it's pretty dense and it will scratch the bottom portion of your eye. But be very, very careful and patient with packing that shade on if you do decide to do your face. Okay, because not saying it doesn't have a lot of fallout, but you can get a little fallout, all right, especially with the shimmers. So what I'm doing is taking that same gold shimmer, and I'm placing it on the inner portion of the bottom lash line, because I'm not using any shadow or anything like that on the inner corner. So I'm just gonna put that gold there. Now what I'm doing is buffing it out with a Sigma. This is a very, very small blending Sigma E36. I can't even talk. With that Medium Beige shade right underneath that orange Weh Yuh Seh. Okay, just mascara time, and girl, we are set. All right, after we put mascara on, I'm going to put my clothes on, put my hair rag on, because y'all seen them edges was not laid. All right, because, girl, it's raining outside. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to be fooling over the edges, honey. Not today. So, got me some earrings, put my clothes on, ready to go. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you comment down below. Hey, and get your Purell, get your little hand sanitizer if you plan on going anywhere. It is real out there, okay? Check out my last video if you don't believe me. Love you guys so much. Please stay tuned to my other videos. I'll make sure I leave everything down below. See you guys on my next tutorial. Mwah.